Let's now return to development in Rivers State, where a faction of the state assembly loyal to the governor has screened and confirmed a commissioner nominee. A lawyer, Dr. Hassan, joins us on the news for more on this. Thank you for joining us on TVC News at 7. Let's begin by getting your take on the emergence of a factional speaker in the Rivers State House of Assembly. What is the legitimacy of this four-member house?
Well, without much ado, and based on the strict compliance of the to the 1999 Constitution as amended, the Constitution is crystal clear in a situation of defection of members of the State or National Assembly, especially as regards Section 109 sub G of the 1999 Constitution, which clearly states that any member that vacates their political party that sponsored them and vacate to another new party without any reason of internal rift within their present political party, such seat becomes automatically vacant. And that which has been as committed by the 27 members on the 11th of December and ratified by leadership on the 12th based on the declared status of the speakership as at then, and which has not been vacated till date on the 12th. And the state governor, Pro-Fubara, also gave them the backing on the 14th of December, and that the seat becomes vacant. And in view of the ongoing rift, as at date, the law is very clear, except INEC is here to conduct by-election. As at now, the 27 members ought to just kiss their boot and go home. They don't have anything doing in that. If anything being passed by that 27 members is ultra-virus, nullity, and because they are ill-advised. And I believe it's about politics. It's not about Wike. Their loyalty to Wike has caused them the seat. Wike is not the constitution of the country. So politicians need to be wary when they are taking decisions. And this is just one of many in the past and the law is very clear about it. It's not about being sentimental, it's not about being APC or PDP. The law is very clear.
I hear Mr. Hassan. I hear you, but let's look at, because as it stands now, these two groups seem to have, some form of backing, if you call it that, because there is an interim injunction stopping Martin Amewule and others from parading themselves as lawmakers, while there is another suit at the Federal High Court in Abuja, which is actually in their favor. And there is that confusion as to, whether this is a case of conflicting court ruling by courts of coordinate jurisdiction, or if it's just a case of territorial jurisdiction. Which is it?
Well, we have conflict of court situation here. And it's presumably that politicians will not want us to really break. And the rule of law must stand. And that's where I believe is a matter of constitutionalism, is a matter that meets the highs, and all lawyers must rise in this situation. Because if we continue to harbor illegality and there is duplication of processes, these are just making mess of the judiciary. So, and I want to implore that it's very, very imminent on Mr. President to shun this harm of illegality which is causing the government. Because the more Wike is pushing this idea that, the king can do no wrong, and he's untouchable.
Mr. Hassan, is there any proof, is there any evidence to show that, he has any hand in what is going on?
Yes, the loyalty is very clear. Even the dance, Wike dance, on the day they defected, is a proof already. So what do we have to look at?
Was there anything spoken? You have spoken about Mr. President. He stepped in at some point. He stepped in and they reached a political truce, but now that is being tagged as being unconstitutional. So what do you want the president to do this time?
Mr. President has a lot, in as much as if this crisis degenerates, Mr. President has the power to initiate a presidential order to cause a state of emergency in that state. But before that will come, let Mr. President mitigate the crisis. Because we might say there is different tiers of government, but the security of life and property power still reside in the hands of Mr. President. And there is a need to look at the side of the law as they are playing politics. The law is very clear, and that's why I want Mr. President to stand, irrespective of whose horse is God. I know it's very painful, but it's a costly mistake that politicians must learn to lick their wounds if they commit such aberration.
All right,
this is a
Mr.
total
Hassan.
aberration supported by Mr. Femi Falana. These are the issues that have been raised. So we
Thank
just
you.
believe that we need to be very clear and straight that the 27th seat is hereby declared vacant, and there is no need for further proof of that. And we hope that in the coming
Mr. Hassan, we have to leave the
the
conversation here. Thank you very much. You have made your point. Dr. Hassan is a lawyer. Thank you so much for talking to us on the news at 7.